Welcome to Low Budget TV's coverage of the 2019 SCMT Winter Finals. I'm your host, Charlie Seungtai, and with me is Tommy Mason, who is here to break down all of the action. Today, we will bring you the first of two races, and we were supposed to be at Hot Rod Hobbies, but instead we're at OCRC Raceway.
There was a lot of rain coming into this event, and luckily we were able to move it indoors to OCRC Raceway. Trevor doing a great job, and a last-minute effort. The difference is big. It was going to be on a dirt high bank track. Today we are on the indoors on carpet.
Now, we were here a couple months ago, Tommy, for round 4, so some of these competitors are used to the carpet, but talk about the differences between carpet and dirt and how challenging it will be for the competitors who were not able to make it for round 4.
Well, you can see the same color on dirt or this carpet. However, nothing is the same. You got a lot of traction, and you do not want to use all of it because with these trucks, the high center of gravity, they will flip you over. You'll do stoppies, wheelies. It's a really big track of finesse.
As we take a look at the keys to the race, as we mentioned at the top of the show, the Winter Finals have moved to OCRC Raceway, so this tricky indoor carpet surface is going to throw drivers for a loop. 25 competitors, Tommy, and top 7 get bye runs, so qualifying is going to be very important on this modified Chicago-style course, which features a jump over a freestyle pod before merging onto the rest of the course.
Here's the track preview presented by Proline. So you can see there's a lot of corners in this track, a lot of opportunities to make up some time, a lot of opportunities to blow it. You can see, nice and smooth. It's not going to be like that for everybody.
As we see the top 7 qualifiers, these drivers will get bye runs, so that's going to be very important, Tommy. They get to kind of see how the competitors do, make more adjustments as they see fit. As we take a look at the rest of the field, there's a lot of heavy hitters actually that have to run this first round, Tommy.
And you got to wonder how many of these drivers were actually set up for the dirt at Hot Rod Hobbies versus showing up here indoors on the carpet.
So as we get ready for our first matchup of round 1, we will see the number 9 qualifier, Chris Rabali and Hooked, qualified with a 12.49 second run versus Jessica Dahl in the Blue Thunder.
Round 1, race 1. Here we go. Hook and Blue Thunder. Up and over right off the start.
So looks like Blue Thunder with problems on the very first jump. And that's one thing about this course, Tommy. It's not a normal Chicago-style course. It has that jump that you have to negotiate as Chris Rabali takes the round win. And that's, that could get you ahead or behind depending on how well you negotiate that first jump.
And you can see Chris, man, as soon as he saw his opponent up on their back, he just kind of took it easy for what it's worth. Now here's the other side. And right there, cased the landing and up on its lid.
So tough break for Jessica, but she'll be back for race 2 as we move ahead. Our next matchup will feature Larry Turner with Time Flies, who qualified in the 13th position, and Stephanie Iacono in the JTP 13.
This will be an interesting matchup here. We'll see as soon as the lights go green, and they're lit. Up and over, a nice easy jump for Time Flies.
It looks like Time Flies got the whole shot right there.
You gotta look out for those corners, what I just was talking about at the start of the show. So Larry Turner taking a win off that final corner.
And Tommy, last time we were here, Stephanie actually had to miss the event. So Zach McKenzie substituted for her, and she didn't get to run on this surface. So this surface might be relatively unfamiliar to her and just caught her out with that extra grip. As we take a look at Stephanie's run right here. Not too bad the first corner, but as she came into the second corner with more speed, just tipped it over.
And that could have been a thing where she realized, I need to make up some time. And that's so easy to do. You kind of open up Pandora's box on this carpet track. When you get behind, you want to make up as much as you can, and it does not want to.
A tough break for Stephanie, but she'll be back in race 2 as we move on to the Cody Saucier Motorsports machine of Alan Manriquez and the Gravedigger of Kyle Rabali.
Round 1, race 3. We are green.
Oh!
Tried to hang on to it, but a flop
Actually
there.
saves
Gets back
it.
on the wheels.
But Gravedigger with a big lead, so Kyle just has to bring this one home, and he will. So Kyle Rovalli will be moving on to round 2 in the Gravedigger.
You know, interesting thing. So we talked about how this carpet surface is tough in the corners, but I feel like those freestyle pods seem to be the Achilles heel for a lot of these early issues.
Yeah, it's tricky because you don't want to over jump it, and you don't want to, you're trying to get that perfect landing, but you might also case it if you don't give it enough gas too. At least Alan was able to save it, but unfortunately for him, Kyle did not make a big mistake, or any mistakes really, and so his race was pretty much over right at the start.
But man, you can see how he had a pretty smooth race once he got back on all 4 wheels.
As we take a look one more angle of that first jump for Alan. So tough break, but we will see him in the next race. But we move on. It's Larry Turner once again, but this time with his Titan machine, and Travis Letcher in the Mutant.
We'll see if that freestyle pod bites another truck. Round 1, race 4. And they made it over that first jump. So here we go. We got a race, Charlie.
Oh! Clips that freestyle pod, and that's that. So tough break for Letcher, but Larry Turner will get a second truck to the second round. As you take a look at the replay.
Up and got crossed up there for Titan. However, so far so good. Right on the throttle. Kind of tricky to do on this carpet track. And takes it on home. On the other side, well, nice and smooth over the pod. This is where it all starts to go downhill.
He just clipped that pod and just flipped him over. So tough break for the Mutant. We move on. It's Nando Martinez and Max D versus Barefoot with Levi Scones.
Here we go. Schaefer and Metz going at it in this round 1 matchup. Barefoot a little bit behind. Don't want to mess it up in the corner.
And one more corner for Max D, and it looks like Max D with Fernando Martinez will take the round win. As Barefoot gets the freestyle party started, taking out some poles. So even though Levi didn't win the race, but
He won the party.
yeah, he won the party.
So here's a look at Max D's run. Pretty smooth, no issues so far. Last corner coming up. Nice and tight around that freestyle pod and takes a win. Let's look at Barefoot's run. Oh, a little hesitation there. It's so easy to do though on this carpet track. It's a facade. Speed is not your friend. And takes out the cone.
I have a feeling that won't be the last time we see somebody take out a cone today, Tommy. As we see the Devastator with Sean Johnson. So this is Sean's first appearance on Low Budget TV, and Zach McKenzie in the Pretty in Black. Zach had a great run in round 4, got to the final round behind the wheel of JTP 13. We'll see if he could do it again with Pretty in Black.
They're on it here. They're pretty much neck and neck at the halfway point in this race.
Close race, Tommy.
Oh,
that was...
From this angle, it's too hard for me to tell. But the winner is Sean Johnson and Devastator.
So race officials have determined that Pretty in Black actually red lit. We're going to have to see the replay. And that was a full speed replay. We're going to take an eye on the left-hand lane. And look, he creeped and the light is still red. So,
yep.
You know, sometimes you're trying to take a stab at that light and it bites you.
So we're taking a look at the overall runs here. The Proline replay, Devastator is nice and tight, nice and smooth, no major issues. Hammered it, and I could see from that camera angle.
And that's where he creeps.
Yep, right there. I was going to say, from that camera angle, you would have had me convinced that Pretty in Black won it. However, with that red light, it don't matter who crossed the line first. The race is over at the start.
It's a tough break for Zach McKenzie, but nice run for Sean Johnson, who will be moving on. Next up is Scarlet Bandit with Jessica Dahl. And she will face the Iron Outlaw of Michael Lesher.
Couple of team trucks going at it here. Round one. Team Cretan would be, Too Extreme would be a little proud of this matchup here.
They sure would. As we see the Spektrum speed shot.
Oh, big crash at the end. Iron Outlaw takes the win.
What did I tell you about that pole, Tommy?
Oh, I think that's just starting to come out and grab some trucks now.
It's like a magnet.
Yeah.
As we take a look at the replay.
Iron Outlaw smooth over that pod. Negotiating second to last corner. And smooth to the line. Whereas a little bit of some hesitation there. You see that last corner. That's where it all went squirrely.
Yeah. One more shot of that jump.
Crashing at the line. Hey, that's how you know you're giving 110%.
If you're not crashing, you're not trying. As we take a look at the Red Bull of Jonathan Lopez, and he will be matching up with Jeremy Bunting in the Bad Company. Two Chevys here, Tommy.
Some heavy Chevys going at it round number one. Whoever makes it through this one has to fight against some of the top qualifiers. Pretty even at the start-finish line. Oh, what a big flop from Bad Company.
So this is quite the upset, Tommy, as Jonathan Lopez will be moving on to round two and gives the assist to Jeremy.
Got to call him Tomater now.
As we take a look at the replay, it just shows, though, anybody can win. You just got to put in a clean run.
And the marks right here, you see Red Bull going around the corners nicely, up through the jumps nicely. And here's the other side, Bad Company with the faster of the trucks. But this carpet don't like fast.
And I think this will be the MKS Servos moment of the race, Tommy.
Right there. And Red Bulls came in with wings.
That will conclude round one action. Round two is coming up next from the SCMT Winter Finals. The SCMT Winter Finals is brought to you by Proline, racing to bring you the best. JConcepts. And Horizon Hobby.
We might have been banned from Monster Jam, but Feld can't stop us from bringing you the SCMT Winter Finals. Starting in January, Low Budget TV will be bringing you all of the high-flying action from the second annual SCMT Winter Finals, where races will be won, trucks will be destroyed, and champions will be crowned. If you missed any of the action, Low Budget TV has you covered, as Race 1 will premiere January 1st with coverage of Race 2, Freestyle, and bonus retro class action coming in early 2020. So if you can't afford to go to Monster Jam, catch all of the best mini Monster Jam action on Low Budget TV.
Hi, I'm Cole Custer, and you're watching Low Budget TV.
And we're back at OCRC Raceway for the 2019 SCMT Winter Finals. We're now in round two, and this is where the heavy hitters come in, Tommy.
Got the top qualifiers going against the round one winners. We'll see how this all stacks up heading into this OCRC race number one of the weekend for the Winter Finals. Hook with Chris Rabali lined up in his corner, and on the flip-flop,
Trevor Adamo and Hang Time. So your top qualifier making his first appearance on the day.
Look, skying it out. As you can see, Adamo looks to have the lead, but looks to keep it as hooked. Oh! What do we do here? I guess whoever was farther ahead.
Yeah, they both don't finish, but I think they're going to give it to Trevor because I think he was actually trying to get hooked, flipped back over. Could have easily just went around him. So Trevor Adamo will claim the win as we take a look at the replay, JConcepts replay.
Just skying that truck out. And then just wanted to cuddle over there with Hook. So look at Hook. They're right over that freestyle pod. His biggest leap of that start. Then it all went downhill going into that second pod.
Kind of had the same mistake as Mutant, which clipped the freestyle pod as well and flipped him over. So coming up next is Larry Turner and Time Flies and the Bounty Hunter of Michael Letcher.
Interesting to see how the aerodynamics go for Bounty Hunter. Narrow body. See if it helps the speed. Bounty Hunter. That Spektrum speed shot. Over these jumps. They are flying right here. Could be the fastest race of the night.
Bounty Hunter takes the win, so it was a very close race, Tommy, but in the end, Letcher pulls it out in the Bounty Hunter. If you take a look at the replay, that is one slick-looking ride.
Oh, got a little squirrely going into that second set of corners. Rounding the last one. Comes across smoothly. Now on the other side, Larry and Time Flies. Rounding his first corner. Decent so far, but this is where he started to go behind. Two great smooth
It
runs.
was close. It was really close at the end.
Yeah, Bounty Hunter just had it from the start, it seemed.
Coming up next is Kyle Rabali in the Gravedigger up against the crash test dummy of Jeremy Bunting. So this is Bunting's second truck. We'll see if he has better luck than he did with Bad Company.
Digger over that first pod.
Pretty even.
Yeah. Oh. Careful, drivers. Don't throw it away yet.
Problem for Bunting, and that will give the win to Kyle Rabali in the Gravedigger. So Gravedigger put in a nice clean run, and it looked like Bunting had a lot of problems after the second corner.
And it's one of those deals here with Gravedigger. You can see smooth is fast on this carpet track at OCRC. You get rewarded very nicely. And the other side is smooth at the start, and then you can see right there.
Yeah, things just went haywire after that second turn.
And at this point, you're desperate. You're just trying to make up as much time, and you can see all
pulling
that traction
wheelies everywhere.
Yeah.
Just like barefoot in the Penda Series back in the day. Couldn't keep those front wheels down at all.
No, not at all. Larry Turner back at this time in Titan. Defeated Mutant in round one.
But he will have to face Trevor Adamo in launch control. So he will have his work cut out for him if he wants to get to the third round with Titan.
Smooth out the start. A little bit of issues and a lot of issues there by Titan. So launch control, just got to take this one to the bank. In round number two, that's 2 easy wins for Adamo, per se. These monster trucks are not easy to navigate through this carpet track, but Trevor, he's been winning them halfway through his races.
Let's take a look at this again. It's kind of an unusual crash, Tommy, because he clipped the exit of the pod. This is the third time somebody's been caught out by that freestyle pod, but he got caught out on the exit as opposed to the corner entrance.
And Trevor did too. He had the same mistake, but however, he did not get too caught up by it.
So those pods, Tommy, they're still biting people.
Mm-hmm. Easy to do. You can cut these corners too quick. As Max D, Fernando Martinez up against Roush Performance.
So Michael Iacono, your second place qualifier, will match up against Max D.
Oh, wheelie from the start. Max D having to catch up.
That Spektrum speed shot shows how far they're flying, and Michael Iacono takes the round win.
another flop. Why not?
Man,
hey, you know what? The eyes are on you. Might as well just go all out.
These walls really are magnets, Tommy. If you take a look at the replay.
Here's Roush Performance. Smooth around the corners.
Very clean so far.
Over the jump.
Definitely one of the best runs we've seen all day from anybody.
Absolutely. And on the other side, Max D, power wheelies to the freestyle pod. And at this point, if you're Max D, you just got to hammer it out and get as much time caught up. But right
actually,
there.
I think he ran into our speed shot.
Oh.
So.
Well, see, we flipped him over. Spektrum just said, you know what? You can hit us. We'll get you back.
As we move ahead, it's Sean Johnson in the Devastator, who took out Pretty in Black in round 1. He'll match up against Chris Rivali's Hurricane Force.
Waiting for the green. And we go. Everybody kind of timid over that launch pod now. Oh, went into the wall.
Once again, Tommy, that wall just sucked another one in, and Chris Rivali taking the round win. So tough break for Sean Johnson. We'll take a look at the replay and see what exactly happened, but he may have just taken a bad bounce and just bounced him right into the wall.
You can have your wheels turned on the land, and that's where that truck is going to go. Let's see here. Hurricane Force is keeping it as tight as he can. And to the line. Checkers out. He takes the round win. Now on the other side, Devastator.
Oh.
Yeah, kind of just got tripped
Got
up
on the bike
from the start.
twice, yeah. And he just took a bad bounce and bounced him right into the direction of the wall. So a tough break for Sean Johnson, but still a pretty good debut here today with the SCMT series on Low Budget TV. So coming up next is the Black Pearl Machine for Travis Letcher. Letcher defeated Overboard in round 1, and he will match up with Michael Letcher in Iron Outlaw.
So here we go, the battle of the relatives. Green means go, and they're going. Oh, but it's just up on its lid, back on the wheels. However, it's all over. Black Pearl, Travis Letcher wins in this round.
Tough break for Iron Outlaw as we see the replay.
Outlaw just too much traction, too much speed.
Oh,
and
I didn't even notice that. And he runs into the parked trucks too. So
yeah, they're a buffer there for a reason. If you're already behind, you might as well just wreck everything.
Talladega.
Yeah, the big one by yourself. It could have gone really wrong there, but keeping it composed, keeping it on all four.
So Black Pearl will be moving on. Now it's Jonathan Lopez in the Red Bull who pulled off the huge upset in round 1 versus Michael Iacono in Stars and Scars.
So can we see another upset from Red Bull? We're going here at the start. Red Bull already with a bit of a slowdown. Stars and Scars through the corner nicely and to the win for Michael Iacono.
So Iacono gets both of his trucks to the 3rd round and is looking really good today, Tommy. So maybe today will be the day that he breaks through for the win. We'll take a look at a replay.
So could have done a pop wheelie there, but he just waited for that truck to settle down. Then got on the gas and nice and tight for the remainder of his run. Now looking at Red Bull's race. The Red Bull's race, a little tripped up there and then trying to catch up as much time. However, he was almost a lap behind from Iacono.
So Jonathan's day will come to an end, but it's still a great showing, and he'll be back for race 2. But coming up next is round 3 from race 1 at OCRC Raceway. 2019 SCMT Winter Finals is brought to you by Spektrum, leaders in spread spectrum technology. JV Scale Graphics. And Fat Cat Custom.
Hi, I'm Cole Custer, and you're watching Low Budget TV.
And we're back at OCRC Raceway for the 2019 SCMT Winter Finals. Up next is round 3, and we're now down to our final 8 drivers, Tommy.
Here we go. So we got the best of the best rising to the top. Round 3 matchups. I can see Hang Time, Bounty Hunter. A lot of these drivers that have kind of snuck their way in here, and a lot of them who have dominated their runs into these round 3 matchups. So this track's still not forgiving. These drivers still trying to control the best of their ability here. Bounty Hunter and Hang Time will be the first race in round 3. And here we go.
Oh, cases. Bounty Hunter cases that pod jump, gives the edge to Adamo. Oh, and he takes a bad bounce, so Trevor Adamo will claim the win in Hang Time. Tough run for Letcher and the Bounty Hunter.
And a little meet up there at the end. Yeah, Bounty Hunter, like you said, Charlie, kind of got tripped up from the start. So easy to do on that freestyle pod, but here's a look at your round winner. Trevor is smooth now. He's got this track figured out, which is bad news for everybody else. And Bounty Hunter right here, cased it like you talked about, and then just trying to play catch up, which is not a particularly good spot to be in on this track.
Yeah, I mean, it was really going to be hard to beat Adamo even with a perfect run, and so when you don't have a perfect run, it's nearly impossible. And Adamo is back up again with his second truck, launch control, so he will match up with Kyle Rabali in the Gravedigger. The Gravedigger doing a fantastic job to get through the bracket from the number 15 seed to the 3rd round. We'll see if he could get to the semifinal or not.
On the gas early.
Oh, mistake for Adamo.
Yeah, and this could be helpful for Gravedigger, but not able to get to it as launch control. Trevor Adamo takes the round win. Gravedigger, well, just going after it. Coming to the finish line, rolls it over, crashes hard, drives it away.
Definitely made it a race, Tom.
Yes, he did.
Take a look at this Horizon Hobby replay.
So back-to-back round wins for Trevor. Sets him up nicely.
Yeah, both of his trucks are now in the semifinal. We're going to see who will meet him there. As we take a look at Kyle Rabali's run. It wasn't a bad run by any means, Tommy.
Right here, gets a little tripped up. On it now, he's just going for it. Can't win the race. Put on a show.
Take one last look. And, you know, it was pretty close. If he cleaned up a couple of those mistakes, it might have been a different result. But
absolutely.
Adamo escapes with the win. As we move on to our 3rd pair of the round, it's Chris Rabali in the Hurricane Force and Michael Iacono in the Roush Performance.
He defeated Max D in round 2. Roush Performance versus Hurricane Force. Again, another driver making their way through the rounds. Against one of your top qualifiers, Spektrum Speed Shot.
Trouble for Iacono, and the win will go to Chris Rabali in the Hurricane Force, and more problems for Iacono, so tough break for Roush Performance.
Hurricane Force continues on, moving through these brackets.
We'll take a look at the Horizon Hobby replay.
Kept it under control right here. Flipped it a little too much, but kept it under control like you mentioned before.
He takes the win.
Yep. Now we're going to see what went wrong. Roush.
And it looked like Iacono was ahead slightly.
Oh, but right there.
didn't get both front tires on that jump, and then he flipped it trying to make up time. So tough break, but he still has one more bullet left in the chamber.
And these points are going to be something to look out for.
They will be, yeah, as we see Travis Letcher in the Black Pearl and Iacono's second truck, Stars and Scars. So Iacono could still get the semifinal.
Here we are, under green. Pretty close race so far. Not anymore.
And Iacono will get to the semifinal, as Letcher has problems on the last jump. So Stars and Scars takes the round win and will punch his ticket to the semifinals.
Nice little redemption there made by himself. So let's take a look at who did what. Look at that nice clean run. And on the other side. So far so good, but right about here is when the hang-up started. And just could not recover.
Got on the bike twice, so still a good run for Letcher, but his race one will come to an end. When we come back, it'll be the semis and the finals from race one of the SCMT Winter Finals. The SCMT Winter Finals are brought to you by amain.com, MIP, and Axial.
We might have been banned from Monster Jam, but Feld can't stop us from bringing you the SCMT Winter Finals. Starting in January, Low Budget TV will be bringing you all of the high-flying action from the second annual SCMT Winter Finals, where races will be won, trucks will be destroyed, and champions will be crowned. If you missed any of the action, Low Budget TV has you covered, as Race 1 will premiere January 1st with coverage of Race 2, Freestyle, and bonus retro class action coming in early 2020. So if you can't afford to go to Monster Jam, catch all of the best mini Monster Jam action on Low Budget TV.
And we're back at OCRC Raceway for the 2019 SCMT Winter Finals. We are now in our semifinals, Tommy. It's Hang Time versus Launch Control, Stars and Scars versus Hurricane Force. So Adamo's two trucks are going to face each other, which means he'll just choose one. And so it's just going to come down to these two to see who will go to the final, Tommy.
So Hurricane Force, Chris Rabali defeated Roush Performance earlier on up against Stars and Scars, Michael Iacono. Semifinals, the nerves are setting in. Who's going to the final match?
Oh, on the bike for Iacono. Rabalo might have, oh!
Who's it going to be gathering it
And
up?
it's
Stars
Iacono.
and
So it looked like Rabali had the upper hand, but then he made a huge mistake in the last turn, opening the door for Iacono to take the win.
You can't be making mistakes in these final matchups here. And they both did. However, Stars and Scars recovered better. Got really lucky right there. Practically on the bike throughout that final corner. Now Hurricane Force taking a look at his replay. About side by side. And this is where it all goes wrong.
So he looked to have the upper hand going into the last turn, but got on the bike, saved it, but wasn't able to recover in time. And so it will be Launch Control versus Stars and Scars. Adamo electing to go with his number 3 seeded truck over his pole-winning truck of Hang Time, Tommy.
Always interesting to see that, but I can't be surprised. You want a good handling truck on this track. They are nose to nose. Get your cameras out. We already did. That's how you're seeing it. But the final round matchup presented by Fat Cat Custom.
So once again, Tommy, it's the same two guys in the final round, the usual suspects. As we see the Horizon Hobby road to the finals, Stars and Scars defeated Red Bull, Black Pearl, and Hurricane Force. whereas Adamo had to defeat Titan, Gravedigger, Hang Time to get to the final.
This one's going to be a race for the ages, I feel like, here in this first race of the Winter Finals here at OCRC. Waiting for that green.
Smooth start for launch control.
Tough to call here at the halfway point.
I think Adamo might have the slight edge. And Adamo will take home the win.
Flies over the finish line. So that was your final match. Trevor Adamo, just smooth as silk in that last matchup, takes your win here. Launch control, winner of the 2019 SCMT Winter Finals race number 1.
As we take a look at the replay, Icono didn't have a bad run, but Adamo was just a little bit faster.
Nice sets of corners here. Yeah, oh, right there.
I think he was just trying to make up time at that point, though. He knew he was behind a little bit and was just going for it.
Just incredible speed that these two trucks have on this carpet track. So hard to get. Sending it down to Charlie with your winner.
Hey Trevor, so congratulations on your victory in race 1 of the Winter Finals. Talk about your run.
Thank you. Trucks are working good. The track's really difficult, super twitchy because the trucks have so much traction. It took a lot of patience. You had to run really slow, actually. There's a lot of tough competition. We didn't know what we were going to get just because everyone here was running so good, so consistent, and so close. So we pulled that one off. We have another race to go still on a completely different track. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot more driving involved, and then we'll see how that goes and go from there to freestyle.
Talk about the second layout. What are we looking at for race 2?
The second track's going to be a hybrid between Anaheim style and then it's going to go into St. Louis style. It's going to be interesting because it's going to be long, it's going to be fun. A lot of time for mistakes, so you have to be real careful and cautious.
Thanks, Trevor.
Thank you.
So as we see, competitors are already getting prepared for that second race, Tommy, getting their trucks adjusted and making whatever changes they need. What are your thoughts on this race 1, though, Tommy?
You know, I saw a lot of skill. I saw a lot of drivers hanging it out. I saw the mixed bag of results here from race 1 here at the SCMT Winter Finals. The next track I'm hearing is going to be even more tough to tame.
Yeah, it's going to be a modified hybrid of the Anaheim and St. Louis style courses, so it's going to be very interesting. A couple extra turns involved, and it's going to be really fun, Tommy.
Can't wait, looking forward to it. Join us here for SCMT Winter Finals race number 2 here on Low Budget TV.
So for Tommy Mason, I'm Charlie Seungtai, and we'll see you again when we come back for the SCMT Winter Finals.